Hello everyone. So the season finale of Andor premiered today on Disney Plus. So all 12 episodes of this first season are out now. A second season is going to be coming most likely in 2024, but each episode is about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour long. Of course, I did my review for the first 3 episodes when those dropped back in, I think it was August already now. Geez, time has absolutely flown by. But yeah, so this is going to be my review for all of season 1. Of course, to taking into those first 3 episodes into consideration, of course. But yes, without further ado, let me get into my review for all of season 1 of Andor. And of course, this is going to be spoiler free, so no need to click away or get scared about spoilers in this one. So this show was created by Tony Gilroy, and of course it stars Diego Luna back in the role of Cassian Andor, and it has Stellan Skarsgård and a whole bunch of very, very talented actors within its cast. But of course, this is a prequel series to Star Wars Rogue One. So it takes place, or it starts about 5 years before the events of Rogue One. So this is Cassian in his very early days where rebellion is still in its grassroots against the Empire, and a lot of the events that, again, to just take place in this really spark the revolution, especially in the finale episode of this season. And geez, there's just so many things to praise this show for. Again, with the first 3 episodes, I thought it had very great direction. I love the absolutely gritty, dark, and just real take on the Star Wars universe that Rogue One has. And again, too, I just truly believe that it is encapsulated perfectly within this series as well. It just does such an amazing job, again, to just showing the best and worst of both sides of, again, to the rebellion and the Empire, the good side, the bad side, the gritty side, in between all of that, the politics within both, and just all the sacrifices and losses that had to be undertaken and for both sides. It's just absolutely fascinating. And again, too, seeing a lot more of the Imperial side of things has been very interesting as well. Just how conflicted a lot of these people can feel, and having their viewpoints brought into question and going to just play and into the spotlight instead of just being everyone on the Empire side is bad. Just having, again, to these dialogues and these conversations has been extremely interesting in a lot of ways. And of course, too, Diego Luna just absolutely kills the role of Cassian. He brings so much to the role. And I know a lot of people, there's been so much talk about how this show is very slow and its pacing and things like that, but I found in a lot of the episodes and a lot of this season, it's a slow burn to something absolutely incredible, and has one of the best payoffs and one of the best finale episodes that I've ever seen in a season of television, let alone Star Wars. I will say that I truly believe this is the strongest written Star Wars show ever. And it's easily some of the best Star Wars that we've seen in many years, since Rogue One, and since Rogue One, in terms of the movies, and then a lot of the Mandalorian episodes have been great too. But I just really love the civilian and just the rebellion take on Star Wars. It's honestly very nice and refreshing not to have lightsabers and force users and all of that within Star Wars. I find this is just a very relatable, gritty take on the universe that is shone over a lot of the time. So I'm glad this is shining light on that, because it's absolutely incredible. And again, too, just the political discourses within all of it are very well discussed. It has just amazing representation within, I mean, all of its cast and characters and heroes, like not just in terms of race and ethnic backgrounds. It just does an amazing job to, like I was saying, just illustrating all the different backgrounds and how it's not just a black and white scenario like the previous movies kind of have in between the rebellion and the Empire. There's so much gray area that the show explores, and it does it beautifully, perfectly. It's just, and the world and the characters are so fully realized within this. And even even though it can be slow sometimes, the way that it pieces the puzzle together slowly and builds to something absolutely incredible, like this entire season was just something that, again, truly spectacular. It's my favorite Star Wars show, personally. I just think it's damn near flawless in a lot of ways. I still have a little bit of problems with in the first 3 episodes, there was that whole thing about Cassian's past when he was a kid. I felt like that could have just been illustrated and shown a lot more clearly and in different ways, but that's really the only gripes that I have at all about this show. It just did an amazing job. And some of the most amazing speeches too that I've ever heard characters give um, are within this show. It's just again all about loss, rebellion, sacrifice, things like that. There's so much that this show explores, and it does it perfectly and gives some of the most like you hear these people speak the words that they do, give the speeches that they do, and it makes you want to like head to the gym, just be a better person in a lot of ways. It's just the writing is incredible, the acting is incredible. Just with two again, too, with the amazing work on both ends of that, it just creates again scenes that are just unforgettable in a lot of ways. And I truly love this show, and I recommend it to anyone who's a fan of Star Wars and who's a fan of war movies, geopolitical things. This is just such a good show and takes all those aspects perfectly. And I'm so happy that they decided. I wasn't certain what they'd be able to do with the show about Andor when I was first hearing things about it, but I'm so glad they did because yeah, no, it truly has just cemented itself in my memory perfectly about Star Wars. I think it's flawless in so many ways. It makes me want heist episodes and things like that within more Star Wars because holy crap, did episode 6 and episode 10 absolutely have some of the most incredible sequences of again to just showing in so many ways that every single little win, every single little skirmish, things like that are going to have consequences for so many people, and there's so many just gut-wrenching scenes within this show that are episode 10 had its fair share of it, but same thing with episode 12, same thing with episode 6, where just again to the sacrifice isn't without consequences. All these, it's just so gritty and real in so many ways that again too it's heartbreaking in a lot of ways, and that's just what makes it so effective and so real and so amazing. I just truly love this show, love it so much. And definitely too, after you finish the 12th and final episode of the season, stick around until after the credits because there is a bit of an after credits scene that I thought was just very cool, and of course too helps connect this universe to the Rogue One movie a little bit more. And it's gonna set up events for the next and final season that I cannot wait for. I wish it didn't have to come out in 2024, but oh man, if they take their time with it like they did with this show, it's going to be absolutely incredible and spectacular. And I'm really going to miss this show. And I'm really going to miss the show and want new episodes until we get new episodes. But really, with everything taken together, I'm going to have to give this a super high score of 9.5 out of 10 again, too. I thought this show was almost absolutely flawless in so many ways, slow at moments, but in ways that truly piece the world together and have the greatest payoffs that I think Star Wars has ever been able to do with its plot mechanics, its character building, its world building. It's so good and just handles rebellion, loss, all those things so well. Just and almost effortlessly, it seems to. Some of the most beautiful sequences. Episode 6 has one of the most just breathtaking pieces of again Star Wars cinematography ever. And yeah, it's just absolutely incredible, and I recommend it to anyone and everyone. So if you've seen all episodes of Andor, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. And of course, if you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up, and you can check out everything I do on this channel through my playlist down below, and I'll link them up top here for convenience sake. Thank you for subscribing, turn that little ringer on so you know when I upload new videos, and maybe check out the description of this video and my channel bio. There's a link to the Media Mountain, which is my Discord where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in this world. So you can definitely join that amazing community, help make it even more amazing than it is already, and yeah, just awesome, guys.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time sinking into the side.